What on, family? Welcome back to another edition of Street Legends, Monster Edition, Kong, Godzilla. Now, Kong, known in these streets, usually represents that Skull Island. He's known to beef with skull crawlers and other such various Skull Island monsters. Now, Godzilla usually represents that Tokyo block, and he's known to beef with Ghidorah, Rodan, Mothra, and such. And these two decided to run that fade on the streets. And you know what happens when big ass monsters from the streets meet each other. Yo, what up? That intro was just respect to Street Legends of Chicago. He got a very dope channel where he talk about gangsters and things like that. But let's get down to the get down. Sorry, I've been away. I'm the last nigga to have a review on YouTube about Kong and Godzilla. But I'm here to talk about it now, and spoilers. Your boy right there won the fight, but I think Kong won the war. So let's get into it. First off, who's here for the human character development? You here for the human character development? No? How about you? You here for the deep story and plot like Peter Jackson's Kong? Oh, yeah, you want to see that big-ass ape sock that nigga in the face, right? Sock that big-ass lizard in the face. Yeah, me too. So, straight up, the characters here are bland and boring. The story is basically non-existent. I don't even want to spend that much time talking about it because the story is just what it is. I mean, Millie Bobby Brown didn't really need to be in the movie at all. The True Blood nigga, Alexander Skarsgård, they could have took him out. I thought Paperboy was kind of funny, Brian T. Henry, whatever, but I didn't care about that. Where this movie shines is when those two Clash of the Titans fight and you see it on an epic screen. Now, I could have watched this on HBO Max Wednesday, but my friends wanted to see it on Friday, so I waited to Friday and seen it on the big screen, and thank God that I did, because this movie shines tremendously when those two gargantuans are on the screen fighting. That's the whole movie to me. That is it. That's what I paid my money to see. Now, if you want to see a deep, interesting story, they got a movie on I think Amazon Prime with Frances McDormand shitting in the bucket and she homeless and she lives out her van. That's very deep character development, but I would never watch that shit again. I would definitely watch these two motherfuckers go at it, because when they go at it, it's the price of admission. They go fucking at it, toe for toe, blow for blow, man. It was wild. And I think, fuck the human characters. The main character of this film, I think, is King Kong. You know what I'm saying? I think we see the story through his perspective, through his eyes. I think Godzilla starts off as a menacing presence. He's fucking shit up in these streets, and they gotta figure out why, some bullshit or whatever. It's just an excuse, a plot device to get King Kong and Godzilla to fight, and thank God they do, because these fights in this monster universe are the best out of all of them. Since 2014, Skull Island, King of the Monsters, these fights in here are the best of it all. The CG is super top-notch crispy. I think they had time during the pandemic to go ahead and fix that CG, polish it up to the best of its ability. You knew with a movie this big, you just had to have that CG crispy. And I'm here to say they absolutely deliver on this thing. Mecha Godzilla beat the shit out of Godzilla. He took the worst ass whooping in his whole film. Godzilla, I mean, it's a part where Mecha Godzilla grabbed Godzilla by the neck and literally mushed his face throughout all the fucking buildings. It was epic to see. Mecha Godzilla was hitting Godzilla so goddamn hard. Like, when he hit a building, the building literally turned to dust. And I love every minute of it. Kong put up a great fucking fight. But that first scene on the aircraft carrier, he had no chance in the water with Godzilla. I mean, that's all Godzilla right there. He lives in the water. Motherfucking Kong is a mammal. He can't breathe under there. So I was like, this movie's about to be credits in the next 15 minutes if Kong don't get out of this shit. Thank God he did, and they fight again. It's a little bit more on even playing field. Kong got on the motherfucking buildings, did his Smash Brothers shit. Boom, boom, boom. The camera angles in here, like seeing the shots behind King Kong as he's jumping on these huge buildings, these skyscrapers, and he's just coming down, drawing Godzilla was just so epic to see. And that's what I paid my money for. That's it. I don't care about the fucking characters. They're non-existent. The story can be so stupid. It doesn't matter, really, for me. I know a lot of people like I needed more deep character development. There's a good one out there, I guess. King Kong, Peter Jackson's King Kong, but I think that movie is a little bit too long and overbloated. I don't think it's a masterpiece like some people say. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. You know, we definitely feel for King Kong and a human character. I think it's just another thing, which is just too much human characters. I think King of Monsters is just boring. I think it's too much human bullshit going on for me. When the monsters fight, I'm totally bored at this point. I'm here to say Kong versus Godzilla gets into the fight very early, and then they say some more bullshit, some underworld monster shit that's really not that interesting, to be honest with you. It's only interesting when King Kong and Godzilla fight and Mecha Godzilla is there. You know what I'm saying? That's what we pay our money. It's just a dumb, stupid popcorn movie, and it's fucking good for that. I mean, you gotta recognize that what it is. I don't, you know, like the humans kind of got on my nerves, but they were there just enough not to drive me crazy, if that makes any sense. Okay, like, oh yeah. There's humans moving their mouths. Now, like, can we get back to the big ape and the big lizard? Because that's what I'm here for. And people say, maybe you can have this long movie with just all the monsters fighting with no dialogue. First off, as a CG artist, to render like an hour and a half of full realistic fur and dinosaurs and buildings crushing and fires and explosions would be very, very expensive. The humans are here just for filler, and that is it. I'm glad to say that I think out of all the Monster vs. movie, people shit on the first Godzilla one. I kind of like that one, even though it's not a lot of Godzilla. I had a shit ton of fun with Kong Skull Island. And King of Monsters just kind of bored me, and the fights were in the dark because they were trying to hide that CG. But here, the CG fights are in broad daylight, and they're fucking spectacular. I was blown away. I was in my seat like, yes, this is what I'm here for since a kid. And I gotta give props out to Kong versus Godzilla for getting people back into the theater. I don't know what the box office is at this time, but it's got to be pushing 500 million box office worldwide as we speak, if not more. Don't quote me on that, but they got people back in the theaters. That's just to show the strength of these characters from the goddamn 30s. Let fucking Dracula and Wolfman fight next month. See how many people show up to that. But people still show up to these gargantuan creature monsters. There's something of legend. And if you do it right, like I think this movie did, and if you stuck on the human characters, I think you're in the wrong film. We don't go see Freddy versus Jason to see how interesting these fucking teenagers are. We don't fucking care. Can we get to the third act? Can Freddy and Jason fight? And I'm glad they fought here in Kong versus Godzilla multiple times, and they teamed up to fight Mecha Godzilla, which was no fucking joke. And I really enjoyed this film. You know, human characters aside. So, if I had to score Kong versus Godzilla, I'm going to give it a straight up 4 out of 5. Take a whole point away from the human element, but when those monsters got on screen, on the big screen, it was electricity. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to do that, especially with a full CG thing. I didn't feel the same way in Justice League, even though they were still full CG fights and elements. I kind of just felt taken away just a little bit. Even how talented a director Zack Snyder is, it still felt artificial to me. These fights just felt awesome and grounded and heavy. These features, they felt like they had weight. It was fucking amazing. And, you know what I'm saying? I would watch those scenes over and over again and fast forward through the human parts. What'd you guys think of Kong versus Godzilla? Do you think Kong got the upper hand? Cause nah, son. That motherfucking foot was on Kong's chest. He literally killed him. Or do you think that Godzilla took the upper hand? Let me know in the comments below. Or do you think Mecha Godzilla got the best of both worlds? Let me know in the comments below. So sorry I've been away. I'll be back. I have been busy with filming a movie in Seattle, Friday 13th film, and I have been when I came back, work got really busy. Hopefully now I can come back and talk about this stuff and be a part of the community I love. Almost at 1,000 subscribers. It's dope. It's been a ride. I've been on here for years, but you know, I'm just always glad that you people stop by and check out my opinions on movies. So with that said, don't just stare at it, eat it. Peace, y'all.